Hello everyone. So the next lecture for today is Adeline and Madeline. Now, we have earlier studied a problem which was called as linearly separable, non-linearly separable problem. That is what we have to do is we have to separate the two classes with the help of a single linear line. That is with the help of a single straight line. Now, there was a condition of XOR which we worked out and which we calculated. That is, XOR was the condition which was not able to, classify them into two separate patterns of X, that is zero result, and one result, or true result or false result, in the two classes with the help of a straight line. That is called as non-linearly separable problem. So we need a solution how to solve this problem. For this particular reason, this Adeline was invented, and we will look forward that how this particular helped in solving the non-linearly separable problem. If you are not able to understand non-linearly separable problem, you can just go and watch my previous lectures. So today's topic is Adeline network. So firstly, what is Adeline network is adaptive linear neural element network. This is the full form for this particular network. This is again an architecture which was designed to solve this problem. Now this particular network uses the supervised learning. Every type of neural network, it has certain type of learning which we have to define whether it is using the supervised learning or unsupervised learning or reinforcement. So this is the one which is using supervised learning. This is the architecture. It is following the basic architecture which we are studying in each and every section or session. That is, this is the x0, x1, x2, xn till xn. These are the inputs. These are the inputs where x0 is the bias input, which we have already studied. What is a bias input? This is always equal to 1. Now this particular x0 is connected to this next unit, summation unit, which is linked with the help of a weight which is called as W0. Similarly, W1, W2 till Wn. This is a summation unit. That means it will calculate the weight, net weighted sum. So net weighted sum is, it will be summation 1 to n, sorry, 0 to n I would say, and it will be x1 xi multiplied by wi. This is the summation unit will get the input. Now this particular will pass through the threshold function and the final output will be given. Now we need to understand that where in this Adeline network we are using, the input can be binary, bipolar or real valued. You all know what is binary. Binary is in 0 or 1, bipolar is +1 or -1, and the output will always be +1, -1. I have told you x0 is a bias weight and x input, that is equal to 1, and w0 is a bias weight. Now, how we are going to calculate the result, that is output. So output किस पे depend करता है? Output always depends on the net weighted sum. And what is the net weighted sum? This is the net weighted sum. That is, which I told you right now, summation I is equal to 0 to n, xi, wi. This is the net weighted sum. So we are going to compare the net weighted sum. If this particular net weighted sum, which is defined as net j. So if net j is greater than equal to 1, the output is going to be +1, else the output will be -1, which I have defined in this equation. So moving further, when we are going to design the algorithm for this, that means whenever the actual output is not equal to the target output, what we are going to do, we are going to adjust the weights of the network, and we are going to work on, that is, we are going to calculate the new weight, and the new weight will be, in the earlier session we have understood the algorithm for that. What was that? That new weight will be equal to the old weight plus alpha, that is the learning parameter multiplied by xi input length. Here we are adding one more thing, that is the target output. This is the comparison of outputs. T is the target output and Y is the actual or computed output. So what was T minus Y? T minus Y was the error. So if the error is approximately equal to 0, we do not have to, or there's no need to adjust the weights, else we are going to adjust the weights. How we are going to adjust the weight? We are going to calculate it on this pattern and the learning algorithm we discussed in earlier lecture. So, but somehow this particular Adeline network didn't help in solving the non-linearly separable problem. So one more architecture was defined that was called as Madeline. Now Madeline is nothing new, but this is many Adeline, adaptive linear neural element network, which is what? Which is having number of Adelines, multiple number of Adelines. So it is created by adding a number of Adelines. So this is it. That is, it is input. There's input. There are network, or there's a network of Adelines, and when we put the output. So let's see. This is the one which is going to help you solve the non-linearly separable problem. We are going to use two Adelines in this, and the two Adelines will be, this is the same. Only thing is, this is, you can consider it as one unit of Adeline. This is A1, and this you can consider it as Adeline number 2, A2. The input is the same way is given. There's a summation unit. Output is there. Threshold will be passed through it. Function will give it. That is function net j, and the output, final output will be z dash. This is the output of A1, that is Adeline, this one, and z double dash is the output for Adeline 2. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to perform an AND operation. We are going to put an AND operator on these two outputs, that is z dash and z double dash, and then finally we will get the final output. Now this particular output, I told you, that is in Adeline, the output is always the bipolar. So the output will be in bipolar logic unit. How we are going to work it? X naught, we have stated earlier also that this is what? This is 1. Now see how the output will be calculated. The output will be calculated if the net weighted output, if the net weighted input is greater than 0, then the output will be +1. Else the output will be -1. Here what it is, if the threshold, if threshold outputs are both +1 or -1, that means whether it is +1 or it is -1, then the final output is +1. And if the threshold outputs are different, that is +1 -1 or -1 +1, then the final output is -1. So here we are going to plot the graph, that is A, we have +1, B, we have -1, C, we can this is obviously below 0, so -1. This is D, +1, -1. So we have even parity and odd parity. What is even parity and odd parity? See, A is having 2 plus positive signs, so this is even parity, and this is having again minus sign 2, this is even parity, and D and A, it is having +1, -1, -1, +1, so odd parity. So B and D are odd parity. So we are going to separate it into two classes, even parity and odd parity. So this is how, this is one line for the Adeline A, and this is the another line for Adeline 2 output. So this is how the output is being classified into two parities on the graph. You can see this is A and C, this is falling under this one, and the outer graph is falling in the B and D part. So this is how the problem is solved of non-linearly separable problem. Now we learn about associative memory here. What is associative memory? It is a content addressable structure that maps a set of input patterns to a set of output patterns. It it is just like what we have memory. That means we have a certain space where we can, store some pattern or store some content. But the difference between the earlier memory which we are using in computer system and the difference between the memory we are using here is that this particular is content addressable, while there it was address given, and here it is accessed by the help of content. That means how I can access the space or memory. I can access the memory through the content, not by the address. So this is called as content addressable structure. There are two types of associative memory. They are termed as auto-associative memory and second one hetero-associative memory. So let's study what are these two and how they are different. Now, let's see auto-associative memory. Auto-associative memory is what? We have certain input, then there's a storage of patterns and we get an output. The storage of pattern is of X and Y, where X and Y are same pattern. That means it refers to same pattern. This is a single image or pattern. This is a single pattern. So this is the pattern which is stored in this. This is termed as auto-associative or auto-correlators. What it does, it retrieves a previously stored pattern that most closely resembles the current pattern. That means if I just send a distorted square in this, it will just take the input, it will closely match to all these three patterns. The close match of all these patterns to this distorted square is this square. So the output will be given as the complete square pattern. Similarly, if I'm going to send a distorted triangle or circle and it will match to all the patterns which are stored, the output will be given on Bayes theory, that is, whichever is closely matched will be sent as the output. This particular is also called as or referred as bidirectional associative memory. In short form, we call it as BAM. Now, what is heteroassociative memory? Heteroassociative memory has a storage pattern of X and Y pair. X and Y means this particular triangle is associated with this circle box. That means if triangle is given, the output is to be given as circle. So this is X and this is Y, and they are different. They are the patterns which are stored. If the model recalls a Y, if I give Y, this is X, this is Y, this is X, this is Y, this is X, this is Y. So here in the image it is given, that is, it is giving a square input. So this particular rhomboid is given as the output, because with this X associated pattern was Y, this one rhomboid. So this is output is given. If a triangle was inputted, then the circle will be the output. So this particular pattern is retrieved based on the type and format which is associated with it. This is also called as Hupfield Associative Memory. The short form is HAM. So this is what associative memory is of two types. Well, thank you very much. We'll meet in next session again.